All right, y'all. I want to say good morning, boys and girls. I'm thinking about those over in London and those in Africa and those in India. I receive emails and it's like near night here, and I always get a good morning. Yeah, and it's somewhere over in London or Africa or India. Not often I look at the time in India, but I look at the time in Africa always, and in London. And it's one more. Is that Spain? I think it's Spain. And I don't look at that often because my friend in Spain she doesn't email me as often like she used to. Yeah. Wow. I had something in my spirit, and Lord keep dropping delusion. I keep hearing there's a delusion going on. A delusion. And I thought I knew what the word meant, so I went on to the dictionary anyway, and I said, oh, wow, that's not delusion. You know, a delusion is almost like illusion. There's another word that means something that's not really there. Illusion. I think it's illusion. I hate to say that word too, because that probably is not it either, but a delusion. So when I looked it up in the dictionary, it says something about a chemical, a diluting of a chemical, or a weakening, or even the state of diluting, which means to weaken. But it talked the most about chemical, and the word is delusion. It's a delusion. Okay, so we know that it means a weakening of something. Okay, and so that word has been in my spirit, delusion. And I laid here, and oh my God, I thought about God and His mighty hands. And you have to keep praising Him, and there's a weakening, a delusion. It is a weakening. Why, when, where, how, we don't know. And I'm trying to search here in the spirit because I know what I want to say, but sometimes you got to be careful because the Lord always knows who you are and what you need. Sometimes we need to have a delusion. Why? Who knows? I can give you the word the Lord gave me, but I'm afraid that it's going to hurt some things. And what the Lord told me, that the people need to see you weaker. I was going through, and I've been fine. Not that I hadn't been missing my children, but lately here I have been missing them more. So I felt like, okay, if I'm missing them, then something is going on. I mean, I could just miss them, but then when you worry and miss them, And I said, Lord, normally I have a peace. You don't have to take me through a series of events to get me to go get them. Because I will go get them, and the enemy has been playing. I know he's been playing. And the word that keeps coming to me, as long as you're a good mother, you will worry. I don't care how strong you are. You don't want to be I guess the word is invincible. That's when you're real stern and hardy to where nothing affects you, nothing hurts you, right? And so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, Lord, what is it? You want it. The Lord does things for a reason. So now that I'm sitting here, I'm not going to go too deep because some things are between you and the Lord. Some conversations are just between you and the Lord. But the Lord showed me this in my spirit. And it was just on me until I grabbed the iPad. And you know me, I got to go tell the saints. And then the Lord gets me here and says, okay, be careful what you tell the saints. But the Lord is showing me that there are a lot of folks out there and they're looking at me. And you've been going through this and they're seeing strength. Oh my God. They see strength, and a lot of them will not move until you move. This is not about you moving. This is about them getting up and being obedient, because God is not just using me. If you feel a sense to take authority over the situation, then take authority over the situation. This is what He's teaching us. Sometimes y'all, oh my God, as Moses got weak, he needed someone to come and lift up his hands. Someone to come and help him and strengthen him, because he had been diluted. And so that's a delusion. And that was a delusion that Moses went through. He was weakened. Why was he weakened? Well, he had been going through. He was still going through, just like you and I. We go through different things, different events. This is somewhat different in a marriage. I know someone told me the other day, you went through this in the marriage. Yeah, I didn't go through this, baby. This is not like it was in the marriage. Now, when I weighed the two, I can actually say I don't know which was worse, because when I was in the marriage, it was very painful. And then the children being with my daughter is a little different. But understanding the hearts of the children is what gets to me. Why the children? There's some issues with the children right now, and you want to be able to say, okay, Lord. And then you have to go back to talk to the Lord, and Lord, then this needs to be done. But all in all, if the Lord is speaking to you and he's saying, you are strong. Oh my God. And I tell you, I'm creeping up on what he really told me, but I have to be careful because we are in a spiritual warfare. And we're also in a physical warfare. And there are a lot of folks that are not in tune in the warfare. There are many accusations going on about the warfare. They're trying to keep it quiet, but this could be government. And we could be fighting government. Oh my God. And so what the Lord is saying is that there are people still standing opposition that should not be standing right now. And too many of you have come so far and you're saying, okay, where do we go now? We've never been this far. Let's wait on Renee. No, the Lord said, I'm going to give you the mantle and I'm going to let you run with it because I have to weaken Renee. Oh, wow. Are you going down? No. Are you going down? That's all. Are you going down? What is the Lord saying? He said, look, you guys are not fighting like you should because you're standing behind me. Now, this is what he showed me. He said, delusion. I said, Lord, what do you mean? I went to the dictionary, found out delusion. What do you mean by that? Then I thought about the nuclear bomb because it means chemical, right? Oh, watered down chemical. Is that what you're trying to say? Then I thought about the other definition. It had another definition of that. And then it talked about weakening. And then weakening is what fell in my spirit. And it's still in my spirit that this is an opposition. I see a bunch of Ku Klux Klans. This is what I saw when the Lord first showed me. There are Ku Klux Klans who are sitting up a step higher than me. They're a step higher. And some of you are right at my elbow. You haven't come up to my head. And the Lord said, now, no one is in control. It is a fight. But as the Lord began to talk and I began to tell the Lord, okay, Lord, it's a fight. Okay? What is weakening me going to help in the fight? He said, as long as the folks stand behind you, they're not going to fight like they should. And they're standing behind you and you're being weak. Oh my God. You're being weakening. So what happens? If they're standing behind you and you are the force that they're pressing against to go forward because they feel as if they cannot bypass you, then they could go no farther than you can go. But if I bring you down to your weakness state and they see you're weak, then they're going to look up and start fighting for themselves. And this is where we're at. We're in a warfare, and I'm not afraid to say it because let me tell you something. You have some KKKs that's not wearing masks. You work with them every day, and this is about time out for us because it has divided. It's come to a point, and we are at the end state of it all. It has come to a point that it is time to recognize it for what it is. You have Caucasians who are out there, and they're our opposition, and that's what I saw. White folks, okay? If y'all want to, let me tell you how you do a war. And the Lord is showing me this is what point we're at. This is how you do a war. You call it what it is. If anything that looks like it, get upset about it, then it is what it is. If they get upset and they know they're not one of those and they still mad, then they are one of those. They just don't look like them. They disguise it. They smile at you. The Lord showed me earlier, and my time is almost out. I was thinking about a judge. He showed me a judge. You know what he showed me about this particular judge? It's so funny. He said, no, he doesn't hate blacks. He hates the fact that he's not black. Oh, wow, that's going to hit somebody. Because you don't understand. There are some folks, even in your own color, your own race, who would get envious because of something you have. And you think they're against it. They're not against it. They're mad they don't have it. That's what envy is. You're upset because it's something you desire and you can't have it and someone else possess it. And so he told me that. He said, yeah, he's just angry because he's not black. So all you do is throw out that we're fighting Caucasians. Now, if they're on your side, they will stand back or they will come in to your side. If they're not, then they are the opposition. You can't play with it. You can't play with it. You got to speak it to what it is. And the Lord said, I have weakened you. Now, here's another thing. If they're not ready for a fight and they see me weakened, they will stop because maybe it's me they're after. If I can get her weak, because that's a black gal. Because they know they can't clear us out, right? And don't let them retreat. There's no room to allow them to retreat. We're trying to make a statement here. We've always been strong.